She was just a quiet passenger, watching the sea like she'd been waiting for something only she could hear. Nobody looked at her twice, until the rescue alarm spoke her name. Not a rank, not a code. Her name. And when the ship tried to override the system, it refused. Every console unlocked only for her, because the ocean wasn't calling the crew. It was calling the woman they thought was no one. The same woman a classified prototype just surfaced to take back. No one paid attention to the quiet woman sitting alone at the edge of the observation deck. She didn't fit with the noise, the tourists, the chatter. She just sat there, hood pulled low, hands clasped, eyes fixed on the shifting silver-blue horizon, like she was waiting for something only she could see. Her name, at least the one she gave, was Mara Ellison. And to the sailors of the Coast Patrol, cutter USS Blue Wake, she looked like nothing more than a tired traveler catching a glimpse of the ocean before the evening fog rolled in. But her stillness, her silence, her focus, it unsettled people, even if they didn't know why. Seaman Brock nudged his friend. "Look at her," he whispered. "She's been staring at the water for an hour. Doesn't even blink." "Probably seasick," Mason muttered. "Or heartbroken. Everyone gets dramatic around the ocean." They laughed. She didn't even turn her head. The captain noticed her too, just briefly, as he passed the deck. A faint flicker of recognition crossed his face, but he brushed it away. He had no reason to assume anything unusual. She had boarded quietly, handed over her ticket, never spoke unless spoken to. A harmless traveler, a background figure. But the ocean reacted differently to her. Waves crashed loudly everywhere, except directly beneath her feet. There the water moved softer, slower, like it was listening. No one noticed. Not yet. The sun dipped lower, painting the sea in molten gold. The crew prepared for routine evening checks. The intercom crackled occasionally with updates, weather dropping, fog thickening, visibility fading. Everything normal, until the moment the bridge alarm stuttered alive with a shrill broken screech. Every head snapped upward. The captain turned sharply. "That's the wrong tone," he said. "That's not the collision alarm." The speakers crackled again, glitching. Then came a voice, mechanical at first, distorted, unstable, but then it spoke clearly. "Rescue priority. Code Ellison 7. The deck fell silent. Brock blinked. "Ellison. Like her?" He pointed at the quiet woman. Mason frowned. "What the hell kind of code uses a passenger's last name?" The captain didn't answer. Because he knew. He knew that the Coast Patrol alarms were never supposed to call names. Only ranks. Only mission IDs. Only classified emergency codes. Nothing about this was normal. Mara finally lifted her head. Her eyes, calm until this moment, sharpened like a blade pulled from its sheath. The bridge tried to override the alarm. "System, confirm distress signal source." But the AI refused command. "Priority lock, authorized for Mara Ellison." A pause. "Location, 14 nautical miles, underwater." Another pause. "Vital signs detected." Then the final line. "Requesting primary responder." Silence clung to the air like fog. The captain's voice was low, tense. "Ma'am, why is the ship calling you?" Mara didn't answer at first. Instead, she stood slowly, lifting a small pack from beside her. Not military, not tactical, just ordinary looking. But she held it with a familiarity, a precision, that suggested otherwise. Brock swallowed. "Wait, is she Coast Guard?" "Secret Ops," Mason whispered. Mara stepped toward the bridge entrance. the crew parting instinctively, as if her presence carried a weight none of them could name. When she finally spoke, her voice was steady. "I need access to your sonar grid. Now." The captain's jaw tightened. "And why should I give you that?" Mara met his gaze, unblinking. "Because someone alive is waiting for me to find them." The captain hesitated. Too long. The AEI snapped back online, this time with full force. Klaxons erupted across the ship, lights flashed red, the deck vibrated. "Emergency subsurface contact. Signal source Ellison 7. Repeat, primary responder required." Crew members stumbled, grabbing rails. Mara didn't flinch. She turned toward the sonar station, her voice cold and commanding. "Patch me into the deep scan frequency, now. If we're late, someone dies." The captain studied her. Not the tired traveler, not the quiet woman. Something else. Someone else. Someone trained. Someone dangerous. He finally nodded to his sonar officer. "Do it." As the system warmed up, the ship groaned, metal shifting under pressure as if the sea itself tightened its grip. The sonar screen lit with static, then a single blinking point. Deep. Too deep. Brock stared. That depth. No diver survives that. Mara didn't look away. "They will, if we move now." Mason swallowed. "Who is down there?" Mara closed her eyes for a moment, pain flickering across her face. "Someone who was never supposed to call for help." The captain stepped closer. "Mara, why would the system use your name for a rescue code? No civilian has that kind of clearance." Her jaw tensed. "I wasn't always a civilian." A beat. The sonar screen glitched, and a distorted underwater shape appeared. Something large, broken, leaking a trail of dark smoke into the abyss. The captain whispered, "That looks like a wreck." "No," Mara said quietly. "It's a prototype." The crew froze. "Prototype?" The captain felt the blood drain from his face. "What kind of prototype?" Mara finally turned to him, her voice low. "Dangerous. One the government buried 5 years ago." She took a breath. "And one they never expected to resurface." Before the captain could respond, the ship jolted violently. The sonar alarm blared. Brock shouted, "Something's rising from the deep. Fast!" The console crackled with static. Mara stepped forward, gripping the edge of the screen. Her expression changed. Not fear. Recognition. "Too late," she whispered. The sonar blob split into two, one sinking, one rising. The sonar man's voice shook. "Ma'am, something big is coming straight toward us." The deck rumbled as if something colossal moved beneath the hull. Mara exhaled once, slow, steady, resigned. "I know," she said, "because it's coming for me." And the undersea shadow kept rising. No one on the USS Mariner had ever heard the rescue alarm sound like that. Sharp, urgent, almost personal. As the red lights pulsed across the corridors, every sailor moved, except the woman who had been quietly watching the sea only hours before. Ava Hale didn't move, because she already knew. She recognized the tone, the pattern, the hidden signal woven into the alarm's final pulse. It wasn't just a rescue alert. It was a name-coded call-up. Her name. The captain rushed onto the bridge, breathless. "Status! Who triggered that alarm?" The officer at the console swallowed hard. "Sir, we didn't trigger it." Every screen suddenly flickered, static, then white light, then a single classified message appeared. Priority recall. Ava Hale. Authorization. Echo level. The entire bridge froze. Echo level authorization was above the captain, above the admiral, above the entire fleet, and it belonged to one person only, a ghost from the Navy's old rescue division, a legend no one believed was real. Ava Hale. The captain turned slowly. "Ma'am, is this a joke?" Ava stepped forward. Quiet, steady, no hesitation. "It's not a joke," she said softly. "It's a breach." A deep rumble shook the hull. The radar officer gasped. "Sir, unknown vessel surfacing off our port side." Everyone rushed to the windows. A black submersible, unmarked, silent, rose from beneath the waves like a shadow, returning from the dead. Ava's face went pale. The captain whispered, "You recognize it?" "I built the prototype," she replied. "It wasn't supposed to be active, and it definitely wasn't supposed to be here." The submersible turned, exposing a burned insignia. Not Navy, not government. Something older. Ava closed her eyes for a moment. When she opened them, the calm woman, who once looked like a harmless passenger, was gone. What stood there now was a commander waking up. "Captain," she said, voice hardening, "prepare boarding teams and seal the lower decks." "For a rescue?" he asked. Her jaw tightened. "No, for containment." Before the captain could respond, the ship trembled again, deeper, heavier. A second alarm blared, louder than the first. The intercom crackled. "Bridge! Something's overriding the aft hatches! We're losing internal control!" Every screen on the bridge suddenly flickered to the same message. "Access override accepted. Primary authority. Ava Hale." The crew stared at her. The captain whispered, terrified, "Why is your name authorizing the breach?" Ava didn't answer immediately. Instead, she walked to the center of the bridge, her boots echoing in the tense silence. She placed her hand on the command rail, steadying herself. Then she said the words no one wanted to hear. "Because that submersible carries the people who trained me." The young ensign stuttered, Trained you? But, ma'am, the rescue division was only the cover story," she said. "We were built for something else, something the Navy shut down, or tried to." The submersible extended an arm toward the mariner's hull, a cutting device glowing red. "They're here to retrieve me," Ava said, "or silence me." Crew members slowly backed away from her. "Captain," she continued, "you need to decide, right now." "Decide what?" he demanded. Ava turned toward the approaching submersible, her expression unreadable. "Whether I'm the one they want back," she lifted her gaze to the bridge crew, "or the one they want dead." A metallic shriek ripped through the hull. The cutting beam began carving its way inside. The captain shouted, "All hands to stations!" But Ava didn't move. She stared at the breach point with the calmness of someone facing a monster she knew too well. And just before the metal gave way, revealing the silhouettes inside, Ava whispered something so quiet only the nearest officer heard. "They shouldn't have found me." The ship's hull ruptured. Dark figures stepped through the smoke. The bridge lights flickered. The crew held their breath. And Ava Hale, the woman who had been silently watching the sea mere hours earlier, took one step forward, ready to face the ghosts who had come for her. Fade out.